Alright, back at it again. So, last time we left off, we pretty much finished the setup, and now we're working on Goblin Watch. Last minute gear check. Well, not too worried about that guy. And in we go. And out we go. It might be a good idea to pick up the actual quest. Okay, we're getting off to a bad start. Let's try that again. So, firstly the door is locked and we need the actual quest. Furthermore, it'd be pretty nice if we didn't start off the fireball hitting us. Take the quest. And Goblin Watch. There's the key. And we're all set there. Good to go. Oh, but it's May. And that means we have accuracy? Yeah, no, accuracy. We already did that one. That was the one in Free Haven. So we have a second, and we buffed up last time, so we should be good to go ahead and go inside. We are extremely over-leveled and overpowered for this, so this should be a pretty fast little adventure. Head inside. We don't have Wizard's Eye, though. That's the only catch. I'm not overly worried about it. I've been through here enough times, so this won't be hard. Well, still gotta be a little bit careful. Goblins are practically the second easiest thing in the game. I think the Ba guys, the old men, yeah, they're probably the actual easiest thing in the entire game. But goblins are a very close second. Goblin Watch code. Oh, Nilbog. That might be good. If we could see where it is. Nothing there. I think most of these are empty. Wizard's Eye? Torchlight. Well, that's kind of worthless. Hammer? That would be good loot. Yeah, that's all I've got in here. Normally, in a playthrough, after having done the testing hall, I would have, normally I would have 2 copies of Inferno. Not having that here might take a little bit longer, but it won't be hard. And I'll type this in, but we're not going in here just yet. No. H-I. There we go. It's just goblins backwards. Or goblin backwards. Pretty easy code. Super easy to remember. Most of the codes in this game are about that easy. I think I was operating on the assumption that everybody has played this game before. And I'm gonna keep operating on that assumption. I mean, if you didn't know, later in the game, there's the Temple of Varn. It's probably the biggest dungeon in any game I've ever played. I imagine whenever we get to that one, that's going to be a several-parter, or possibly just a very long video. Let's see if I want to break that one up. But You have to find codes, and then the codes are just the names of Star Trek characters, but backwards. Like Spock and Sulu and McCoy, those kind of guys. I never watched Star Trek. It always seemed like it might be interesting, but never watched that one. I was a Lord of the Rings guy. Small interest in Harry Potter, but no Star Wars or anything. Which is kind of funny, because one of the things that I feel like most people probably don't recognize about. I have to double check the lore, but if somebody wants to correct me, you know, there's more than welcome to. This is actually a science fiction game. I think it's the entire series. No, it definitely is. So the entire series takes place on whatever the world is called. I don't remember what the world's called, but so the thing about the world, there's I think a couple hour long lore video that can explain all this, but so the world is basically a spaceship, and we're playing on top of this flat world that's on top of the spaceship. So a pretty interesting concept. And later in the game you get blaster rifles, and those are totally valid for this run, and they're probably the only thing that rivals dark magic. They're easier to use than dark magic because it takes actually 0 skill to run them. There it is. It takes 0 skill to run them, and they're basically infinitely powerful. They deal respectable damage, but the upside to them is that they attack so incredibly fast that you can, you know, if you're putting out 20 damage a hit, you're dealing damage, you know, 15 times a second. So your DPS is, what is that, like 300 or something? It's just so incredibly high that you're practically, you know, you're melting anything. I'll make a few references to that one. I think it was like Rexala or something. She's in Dragon Sands, but I mean, she talks about being able to just melt dragons, and that's literally what you do. Got a ring. Nothing. Small inventory Tetris, my favorite game. Got a belt. Does nothing. I think that was the whole dungeon. Was that the whole dungeon? Memory isn't working terribly well. I think it was. Yeah, it was. There we go. Evil cults. Let's see. Where is that quest? Sherry, Angela, Cheryl. Weird. We'll find it in just a second. Another little encounter. There we go. I think we already got these chests. Yeah, we already got these. Using that fly exploit thing, you can basically just get every chest in the game right off the bat. Just start the game with a bunch of good gear, real strong. That's a relatively new strategy slash exploit, depending on how you want to look at it. For me at least. White, that is luck. Means luck. He does. Because normally, it's not such a big deal. Because you can cheese the game in other ways. If you have the testing hall available to you, you just spam that back and forth from bank until you have enough money, and then you can use the Day of the Gods box thing that's in the testing hall. And what happens is, you take all of that, all that money that is, and then bump up your stats, and you go and hit Circus, which is not available this month. We'll catch it next month. And then you'll get a bunch of the pyramids, go turn those in Abdul's Village and Dragon Sand. And that gives you some of the best possible loot you can get in the game. And that's the easiest way. I mean, at level 1, you could realistically have in-game loot at level 1. Last time I played the game was during Winter Hurricane, so this is the only game I had available because GOG sells games and everybody else sells games on the surface. But that's a topic for some other time. Ross Scott, the Freeman's Mind guy, has a really good video on that one. Would recommend checking it out. Talked about it in a lot of different videos, but so whenever you buy a game from GOG, it downloads to the computer, as compared to like Steam, where you now have access to play the game, but you have to run it through the central server. So Steam ever, if it ever gives out and goes away, your entire Steam library is gone. You don't have any of those games. But I have Might and Magic 6. This is my copy. And if nothing else, this is the one game that really does stand the test of time. Maybe someday I'll try one of the challenge runs recommended in Prima's Guide. There's a few different ones in there. Some of the obvious ones, well, they're not that interesting, but there's a lot of solo challenges. People have done those. The most interesting one, I think, to do, the hardest way to play the game, they call it, like your personal jihad or something. It's probably worth reminding everybody this book was published in 1998. This book is 24 years old. Looking it up real fast. I have the book in front of me. What's in here? Yeah, they have the 4 Nights Challenge, the Spellcaster Goulash, Sorcerer's Clerics, Druids, Heavy Artillery, the Gaggle of Archers, Jihad, your own private holy war for paladins, basically. You probably start that one off very strong in the early game, but then it would become so ineffective late game, it almost wouldn't even be funny. It wouldn't even be fun. You'd have to rely on a lot of NPCs. And in the preparation for this randomized run, I was trying to figure out how exactly you could play the game. That didn't help much. How you could play the game with some semblance of quality of life if you didn't have any elemental casters. And that's kind of how we developed the strategy that you saw earlier. Because the one thing I didn't account for was we can't use that scroll. And so, not being able to use the fly scroll in New Sorpical would have made it incredibly difficult to get around, had I not thought that you could just find the NPCs and make up for it that way. But 'cause I can't identify anything. I've never seen a cutlass in my life. But I'm glad I thought about that one whenever I did. Otherwise, it would have been significantly harder. Because at first, I was trying to figure out where were the spawns. How was I going to walk all the way over to the Shrine of the Gods and get back? And it effectively boiled down to not gonna happen. The developers don't intend for you to do that. I imagine they intend for you to be struggling through this dungeon. You have to leave every little while. Just totally unable to just cheese the entire thing. But between, well, actually, I can't say between the guidebook. It's mostly between all the playthroughs that I've done of this game, the information that I learned from my grandpa, who was the first one to introduce us to this game. That's the spell. And then, I guess, thespoilers.com, just all the research and knowledge I came into it with. The book didn't help too much. I lost my train of thought again, but no, that's trash. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I imagine they intended for you to have to leave this dungeon several times, do it in small legs. I might do a small spin-off where I take the basic party and run through this dungeon at level 1, just using the starting gear, the starting money, plus the 1,000 that you get for turning in that very first quest. So I think my spell wore off. With all that, you might be able to buy maybe a nice weapon or two, maybe a skill so you can get some armor. Didn't anticipate that one. Is that poison? That's poison. We had a purple potion somewhere. Okay. But being overgeared, overleveled makes this easy, which this is kind of the boring part of the game, that low level type stuff. Nothing in this game at this point I would consider challenging. Everything can be cheesed incredibly easy. The hardest part is just navigating through some of the bigger dungeons. Castle Alamos, that's a rough one. Varn is definitely the worst. Because to this day, I still don't even know if you have to do it in this. Again. I'm about to be burning a lot of potions in here. I don't know if you have to do Varn in a specific order, or if you can just walk straight up to everything and type in all the codes. Check the book and see. Okay, well, she can stay poisoned. Serena is the least important character here. Well, I say least important. It's least important by a very wide margin. Oculus is a name that I've been using for a long time. So there's going to be a character named Oculus. Oculus, not entirely sure where I found that name. I spelled it 2 L's. Zek. That, I guess we called a raid boss or something. It was from EverQuest. Which, my family played EverQuest for a while. I played as a kid and never... Oh, spiders. I never really understood EverQuest personally. My dad played it. years and years ago whenever it was still a relevant game. And then my older brother, he played the game later in life whenever he was able to actually understand the game. And they both wound up getting pretty good at it. Which I guess... geometry. Which I guess kind of bleeds into the next character here. We got Injar, it's kind of a derivative of my older brother's naming convention. Whenever he played EverQuest, he had an erudite enchanter. It's kind of a support class. As far as I understand, they did, crowd control type stuff. A little bit of buffing, a little bit of debuffing, that type of deal. And I think that was the one that had a pet, or maybe wizards did. I couldn't tell you specifically, but erudites were, they had like big heads. They all kind of looked like, I can Google it. Also, we finally found a set of chainmail. That's good. And I doubt it's magic chainmail, but we can find out. You can equip an item if it's unenchanted. Like this cape here, it's not an elven cape, which is the green one, but just putting it on and off, we can see only one number changes, meaning it's not magic. In a similar way, this one is not magic, working 12 armor class off it. So pretty good. But the erudite enchanter was named Injamin, which, as a funny side note, it was only a few years ago, well after the fact, after years of using the name Injamin, that he was asked if his real name was Benjamin, and it's not. And it was only then that he put two and two together and realized where that name came from. It came from Benjamin, which I think is kind of funny, because I didn't think about it either. Injamin sounds pretty cool. Injar, he had a couple of... Spider Queen? No, Spider Queen's dead. Yeah, he had a few characters named Injar on World of Warcraft. I want to say it was both of them, where on one Injar, this isn't good. On one Injar, he became a gladiator in PvP, and then the other one was a high warlord. So basically one of the best PvPers in the game. Basically. More impressive, and I was hoping for a druid, because Injar, the original, being his World of Warcraft character, was a druid. I play World of Warcraft. At some point, maybe gonna stream that. Might post some videos about it. But that's where Injar comes from. A feral druid. So, playing World of Warcraft on the hardest of hard modes. Unfortunately, he's a sorcerer in this run, but still fun. He's always been a caster type, and it works out well, because I've always been a tank type. Thus the reason I am the paladin here. I think that was the whole dungeon. Was that the whole dungeon? No, I missed a room. There's a teleporter over here. Ah, the heart. Yeah, this teleporter sends you back to the start of the dungeon. So this is the final room, but this is not where we're exiting. Back here, there's another little area that we can go through. I think there is. Yeah, there is. I don't think there's anything important over here, though. A little XP. These bats probably don't give more than maybe 25 a character, if even that. And that's divided between the 4 characters. There's a lot of stuff over here. And normally whenever I come through here, I have fire magic with Inferno, but we were not that lucky this time. So we didn't find it in that spell shop an episode or 2 ago. And then normally you can get a copy or 2 from the testing hall. So, once more, play on hard mode. Can't cheese the game. And this is actually going to be my first playthrough ever where I don't use the testing hall. But I think at this point we all kind of understand why you almost don't need it. And then in a while we'll be doing some dark magic-y kind of things and figuring their teleporter. We'll be figuring out why. Oh, please have my need. Bless. It's a spirit spell. I don't know about. Hang on to it. Meditation. It's a mind spell. Trash. This is not trash. This is worth keeping. It's a good cape. I'm gonna put this over here for 1 second. I'm gonna break at some point, have to get repair and everything up. It's pretty annoying to not be able to identify your own things. So that's not right. Well, something isn't correct here. Oh. Yep, this is the way out. We need to go back. I don't think there's an exit in this direction, but there is a couple of chests. A chest and a little bit of XP, I think. It's a room with a couple of 2 or 3, I think just 1 chest, and then 2 small groups of rats. Not incredibly worth my time, but, or maybe not. Well, we're just gonna walk out. I think we got everything that we need from here. It's an easy dungeon. This one introduces you to status effects, so this would be the second dungeon you would theoretically do. Goblin Watch is the easiest one. And that's probably why they imagine this is where you would teleport out, and you'd be looking at this picture here. That was the first teleporter from just a minute ago. But oh, we didn't even mention we got Pup Queen. My sister-in-law loves her dogs a lot, so she's the Pup Queen, and her 2 dogs are the pups. She played a cleric in a D&D game or something one time, so semi-thematic. I think that also ruined her reputation, kind of. But we can ruin it a little bit more. Sell off these eggs. Don't need to talk to him. A little bit of food. Got the heart, and that should, nothing there. That should be all the relevant quests in this town. This map, I should say. Well, neither one of those is true. We have 1 quest that's over in Iron Fist, and then some later quests that take place over there somewhere. Garrick's Forge is over here. That is the Archmage Quest. So we're gonna have to do that at some point. But for right now, it's still May 3rd. So the next May 3rd at 8. We need to go to Iron Fist. I have to wait a day and then go to Iron Fist. Okay. We're gonna sleep one more day. Should be able to go to Iron Fist now. There it is. Today is Sunday? Yeah. We're not gonna do the arena today. I don't want to. You know what? It just dawned on me. This is not the correct place. Because this is Berserker's Fury. We need to go to Duelist Edge, which is in Mist. But while we're here, we're going to keep clearing out some of these mobs. They won't be too terribly hard. I think after we clear out this small area here, there's a quest we can do to round things off. Right across this bridge and to the left is the Shadow Guild's hideout, and that is a decently easy quest. At our level, it's probably going to be approximately scaled. I mean, we're definitely more powerful than we should be, because typically I think you would be here in the second month of playtime, as a rough guess. So you'd be coming into this one without too much. You would have bows, I'd imagine. I think anybody sensible enough would probably get bows as quickly as possible. Some enemies. I'm gonna ruin the action economy by killing some of these people. There we go. So many. We'll have big AoE attacks soon enough, and we'll be able to deal with this kind of stuff a lot easier. Not that it's hard now, it just takes a little more time. There we go. 2 more. I also forgot to look up where Expert Bow is. We'll find Expert Bow soon enough. Don't remember what Expert Bow does off the top of my head, but Master Bow effectively doubles your damage. I guess we can just find out real fast. So Expert in... oh, well... Expert Bow lets you attack faster, and just by the nature of it would also make you hit more often. I'm gonna take a short rest after we clear out all these mobs. These guys have like 15 hit points. Just hitting them's the problem. We have Hades, so it might be a better move if we just get him in melee combat. It was really good luck to find a relic. You can only find so many relics and artifacts in any given playthrough. There's a list in Prima's guidebook of all of them, and you can find the list online too. It's not hard to find it. And they vary a pretty good bit. You have amazing ones like Zeus, or migraine, whatever that one's called. Some aren't quite as good. Hades isn't bad by any means. I mean, 20 luck isn't horrible. I don't honestly know what Thievery even does, or if it does anything, if it works. Negative regen's, bad, but that is what it is. 20 poison damage is basically a flat damage buff against most mobs, so that's good. That's why he's hitting for 50 points of damage a swing, which should be basically a one-hit kill on most things that we're gonna fight for a little while. Then we got good luck on the bows too. Good bows are amazing, because just being able to hit with the bows. By the nature of a turn-based game like this, action economy is pretty important. So anytime that you miss an attack, the action economy is thrown in the favor of the enemies. Ooh, not good. But that's why I have 2 clerics. E is quick cast. I think Lizard Wizard is the strongest of the wizards. Of the lizards, that is. So I'm gonna put him down. There we go. They might have closer to 30 or 45 health. I think we hit him 3 times. I could look that up real fast if I wanted to. Can we... well, we can't get that one. If we had telekinesis, we could. We also really need to pick up Wizard's Eye pretty soon. Wizard's Eye at low levels isn't incredibly useful, but it's one of those quality of life things. It's not necessary, and we can pick it up at just any point. Once we have more skill in air magic, it becomes more useful, because it shows you, instead of just friendlies and enemies, treasures and things like that, and then later on it'll show you secret things. So overall pretty useful. Nothing in this game is horribly hidden. Anything that is incredibly hidden, I probably already know where it is, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright. This is a pretty big step up from the last dungeon we went through. Rogue is going to be an issue. Thieves are not, so... there we go. See, 50 points... oh, shoot. That's not good. We lost a potion. So in melee combat with these, they have thievery. So they can take items directly out of our inventory. I don't know if there's any limitation on that. But if they were to take something like her spear, or just a spear for right now, if we were to fight something like these guys and we lost a quest item, it would be a huge hassle to go and get it back, because we have to go talk to the seer. There's a button in here, isn't there? Oh, there it is. That's my bad. Brigands. Those are melee. They're pretty tanky, probably hit pretty hard. Not really a threat for us, because from a distance we can probably kill the majority of them, just like that, no problems. In melee combat, I mean, they're kind of done for. They can't have more than a maximum, probably 80 to 90 hit points, and we're dealing that kind of damage in one round. 48. The average hit from Zek is looking like about 50 points. Assuming he connects, he's into that fight already. Still want that rogue dead though. And I don't like this burglar. And that fight's won. There we go. Anything in here? Nothing. Beds? Nothing. Gold on the floor, as one does. I too like to leave all my money laying around the floor. As one does. Easy win. I don't know if this is a quest item or not. There's a lot of scrolls in this game. I used to think they were all important, but they're not. Also said chainmail. Give that to you. Pumpkin needs some armor. Can't identify it. Nothing in the bucket. The least comfortable bed in the world. Is there anything over here? No, I think that door might open up in here. Okay, there's the brigand. Yep, brigand's already out of the fight. And that fight is over. I think they may be able to break you guys, which isn't good. Our repair skill isn't. Oh no, we are low on room. Okay, time for some inventory Tetris. First thing, everybody has a Kevlar, right? Yes. Now, how are we going to do this? Do you have a glove? Who's not wearing a glove? We have several gloves. You can put that on. That'll free up a tiny bit of space, which might just be enough. We'll find out. Put that there. Put this here. Start moving stuff over. Put all the little stuff in their inventory. We have enough space. Move that over. Move that there. I got one space. And put that there. That'll free up enough space for the shield. That's about all we have. So 2, 2. Move that over. Free up a little bit of room. And that's looking like that's about to be that. Have a little bit of space there. Killer club, not a very good weapon. Okay, that's enough room. Is this one chest or two? Looks like it's just one. So I can move through here. There's gonna be some brigands right there. No, on the other side. Okay, so they have at least 100 hit points. Like I said, this isn't a hard dungeon by any means. It's really pretty easy. but can't be too careful. There we go. Rogue is down. Oh, sorry, thief is down. Now the rogue is down. Purple's down, and we're up. We have purple. That is speed. Pumpkin's gonna get that one. Green is endurance. So this one's about breakpoints. So whenever he hits 50, he should go up to 99 hit points. Or 100. There we go. He's a little bit more durable. And a ring. Nothing here. Not much room to work with. It's about to get very tight. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, well, this chainmail is definitely going to be better than this one. So there's going to be things in most of those bags. I don't want to lose those things. Luck. We'll give that to Injar. Injar is actually the weakest we have right now. Orange is intelligence. Blue. So it means this one, you need this one, and you need both of these. I don't want to waste all this, so let's... Club isn't worth anything. Frankly, the killer club probably isn't worth much either. Leather, not terribly useful. Well, let's just find out. Not a lot of gold, but we are missing out on a little bit, and it's not ideal. I don't think we pressed that button, did we? Did we press this button? I think we did. I pressed it. Ah, we didn't. That opens this up. A few arrows downrange. Found some leather armor. It's garbage leather, but not good. We're definitely getting a little beat up. Oh, boss fight. Okay. Dropped one. Kill the back one. Targeting one enemy helps that action economy that I was talking about. So he's not a threat anymore. So, there we go. And that fight's won. And the place is cleared. I can't remember what the actual quest item specifically is, but, oh shoot. But we'll find out pretty soon. Ah, guild key. The guild key probably goes to that door up front. It's this one. Which, what was the actual quest? I don't remember. It's rescue Frankie. No, rescue Sherry. Huh. I think we missed a room. Let me double check. At the top of the series, I think I said something about a semi-expert playthrough. I'm not taking it back, but I think I misspoke slightly. A lot of this is off my memory with about 2 hours of preparation. But I should be able to find whatever we're looking for. Ah, there's Sherry. New sword, cool. Perfect. Oh my god, stop it. And it should be the same month. Still May. And we get him up. There we go. Town portal. Back to New Scorpical. What time is it? Rest until dawn. Like most government. Oh my god. That's my bad. 2 days later. There we go. What's the bounty island? Fire Beast. I'm not too worried about Fire Beast. But now we need to go find a scholar. There's one right across the pond right there. But there's right here somewhere that'll save us. Well, we'll be halfway there already. So if we were to pay to have everything identified, that would be a couple $100 probably. And in some cases that would make the profit margin so close to minimal that it's almost not worth it. I should not have summoned all these guys. We're gonna kill this pack of Goblin Kings and that pack of apprentices, or mages, and then we're just gonna use the fly up and down exploit to get the scholar. We'll come back and kill these guys whenever we have some big AoE. And last one. I do want their loot though. These are all the highest level enemies in the area. So we'll go get a little bit of loot out of that. But we're just here to pick up the scholar. And don't worry about the rest of this guys at the time. There we go. That easy. And the fly lasted exactly as long as we needed it. we'll be able to fly longer eventually. That might be the next thing that we go ahead and try to knock out. But first, there shouldn't be anything actually of value here. No, that's not useful. Well, let me double check. Yeah, that's not useful. We'll just sell it. That's everything here. Spear. Clubs, not useful. Nothing. Hammer, broadsword. Staves aren't the worst thing on the planet, but they're not amazing. Did, however, get a nice ring. I also need to plug my mic in. It's not charged. 1 second. There we go. And we're all set. Staffs aren't the worst. They're not amazing, but they're staffs. We're gonna give 3 accuracy. That goes to you. Oh, that's the ring we found in the fire. Nice. Starburst. We won't need that, but hurts a little bit to get rid of it. Not too bad, but there we go. Nothing. Cold resistance. Oh. Well, that's useful. I would much rather have Pup Queen alive. Yeah, I made a glove, too. It's not a good one, but it's a glove. Garbage. Speed. Wow, where did we find that? You can wear that. Let's see. Garbage. Not much there. Marginally better. Okay. Some decent loot. That's not very good. We should call this Druids. It's useful for any spellcasting class, but the Druid gets double the benefit. So, we're not going to be using that. It's not good. Everything is identified, though. And we need that armor repaired. So, now we go sell things. After we move all this over. Goblin Watch code. We don't need that. Move these over. Nothing here, nothing there. Now we have to sell things. Well, it should come out a few thousand gold up. Static charge, that's not very useful. No valuable rings. I don't need torchlight because I already have it. None of these scrolls are going to be valuable. These rings are not valuable. Letter from the Prince of Thieves. That's That's not useful. We can just throw that on the floor. A lot of the scrolls in this game are not valuable. Their lore, just whatever they are, they're just not actually worth carrying around. I used to have an inventory full of scrolls and notes and all sorts of things, just 'cause I thought you needed them, for whatever reason. And then, eventually I realized they're not actually that valuable, because they serve next to no purpose at all. There we go. We're selling with this one character because he has a point merchant, so he gets 10% better prices. So they were offering 57 for that one, but we can probably get more than 57 off of it. Might get a little bit off that too. Put all those together. There we go. Sell all of this. Everybody has a glove, correct? Yes. It's not magic. So we can just sell it. We do need his armor repaired though. 600, that's pretty reasonable. I really don't want to get rid of Bless. We're going to sell it for not a lot. I have to buy it back one day for not... We're going to lose money on it. But it's not a big deal. Bless isn't terribly... Well, we can just go get it. I'd rather use it than sell it. But it's not a very useful spell. Slightly unfortunate, but Day of the Gods, or Hour Power, whichever one it is, has Bless as part of it, and it's a bonus to hit. So it is useful, but once we have that spell, and that spell is going to be pretty powerful by the time we're done, it won't matter. Oh, I forgot to get rid of my guy. Dismiss him. We turned Cheryl back in. Chime of Harmony, the Shield, Damsel in Distress. It's a hard quest. Chalice. Well, so we have a little bit of money. Let's get back to admin type things. First thing that's going to have to happen is Blackshire. So over here, we can have a dark magic expert. And it's still May. I wish I could remember where expert bow is. But we have the strategy guide. So let's find out. Page 265. That will tell us probably where it is. Bow is in C1 and D3, which is, let's see here, D3 is Castle Iron Fist, and C1 is the Frozen Highlands. Castle Iron Fist will probably be a little bit harder to get to, so we're going to use the Frozen Highlands. Unless we can just take this somewhere. No, we can't. Luck. No, like that. Inventory's clear? Yes. So, all good there. Still can't remember where repair is. Not gonna look it up. We're an expert in dark magic, so that's good. And we need to teleport 2 times. And we also need to get water magic to expert. So I think we are going to be taking this one, because that's 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to save 1 day by doing that. So what we can do here is that we can get the expert, and we don't have to waste a day to be able to teleport. I believe water was this one. Oh, that's air. Earth. Water is the red building. Nope. There we go. Set. So now we need to go to Silver Cove. Master of Mind. Master of Body. So it's 12 that we need. How many points would that be? That would be a lot of points. Body. We need still a lot of points. So let's go level up. It's still May, so we're still okay. Now it's still May. Wow, okay. So, body, I believe that means we're 1 horseshoe short. Did we get the horseshoes here? We didn't. So, put 4 points into it, what, just enough. There we go. To get body, master. From there we can get power cure. And that's a party-wide heal for a very solid amount. Wrong one. There we go. What? Oh. There we go. There we go. All set. The Guild of Body. I feel like that would be a... let's find out. So here, it's going to be in my best interest to... What do we need here? You still need dark magic. Let's throw a horseshoe at you. So you're almost there. We need to get dark magic to 12s across the board. Oh, we need another horseshoe. And a level. Ah. How far are we? So far. And there's enough skill point allocations. The paladin... I think there's a duelist edge here. So let's stop by there. Go self. They might have what we're looking for. Anti-poison. I do want that. And... remove fear will be useful. nothing. If there is a duelist at protection services, that's not it. I know there's one in Mist for sure. Nah, wait, it's Berserker's Fury. That's not it. Maybe they don't have it here. Oh. Well, not a huge deal. Yeah, not too big of a loss. We just need another level. And then we also need to start pumping dark magic across the board. And some gold. But gold will be coming with dark magic. So, expert and spear. We're already here, so we may as well. Okay. Do we get the obelisk? Yeah, we're still missing a lot of them. Okay. The obelisk here is... I can't remember. We are an air expert though, so we'll be able to find it. Because now we can... Well, actually it doesn't last much longer, does it? We'll find it. It's gonna be here somewhere. And there's some easy gold. But first... we're on episode 4. Some easy gold. A shield we can't identify. That's that. Moving on. Druids are not fun. They can drain your mana, so we don't want to mess with them just yet. I think the obelisk is over here. Or maybe not. I think it's in some kind of strange area. This is one of those parts of the game world that I don't come to terribly often if I can help it. What is the obelisk? Ah, there it is. The W key isn't working. Can we get to eel-infested water right now? No. Let me see in my book when it goes to eel-infested water. Barracuda on Thursday and Saturday. Well, which one is closer? Today is Saturday. Something doesn't seem right there. Let me double check that. This is the Barracuda. There's an asterisk, but I don't see what that means. Okay, this is gonna take a second. I have the book out in front of me. But it's not telling me what that means. Map grid. G1 North Island. Tertiary itinerary and travel time. Oh, double check. E1 should be the. Oh shoot. Dropping pages. This book is very old. The pages are falling out. No, E1 is correct. So how do you get there? Something isn't right. Might be able to do it on the other boat on Wednesday. It's supposed to be the Cerulean Sky or something. Which I think is the other boat right over here. So let's try that one. I know we're still missing that one. Yeah, the Cerulean Skies. Not trying to go to Mist. So let's burn a few days. Not going to Mist. Today's Monday. Free Haven. This should be it, theoretically. Ah, North Island. There we go. Can we get Excalibur? So there's a lot of stuff here that is decently important. This magic shop is, well, closed, but this magic shop has one of the rings we're looking for. Or it's able to sell one of the rings we're looking for. We need the ring. That's pretty good. None of that. We need the ring. Oh, that's really good. Wow, this place has some very good stuff. Rings or amulets that fortify dark magic or light magic or water magic. There's nothing here today, but the monsters here are decently easy. And over there, there's there it is. I don't know if we can get it, but we're going to try. Yeah. Nope, can't get it. Oh well. We'll come back. The obelisk is down this way. On the second island. Yeah, that island. And now we make a very hasty escape. It's still May. Okay. So now it is to Bootleg Bay. So then we go to Hermit's Isle. Got those, except for Hermit's Isle. Dragon's Hand, Blackshire. Damned. I don't know if we got the obelisk in Freehaven yet. So that's where we are going to go check next. Where is the obelisk? Guess we're going on an adventure because I don't remember. If you just fly around for a minute, it'll show up. I think it's behind a hill or something. Right. I think it's... there it is. They're not hard to find by any means if you have fly. It's just the actual finding them. You have to actually do it. Let's get to a safe area for a second and also get on the deck. There we go. So now we need to burn a day. Blackshire. Okay. So it's the next month now. It's not the next month. Wow. But we need to go south and pick up... Actually, before I do that, I might accidentally burn too much time. What page was it? Essential quests. We have... Major quests. Here we go. June is Mire of the Damned, so no, we are indeed good to proceed. So what's going to happen here is we're going to go do two things. So it's June now. All we need to do here is touch the obelisk, which is three things. We need to touch the obelisk, talk to an old guy, and also see if maybe we can possibly do this quest since we're already here. This one's not easy. You have to fight devils, but I'm willing to try. There's only one devil in here that we actually need to kill. Okay, that's the one. Okay, that's not happening. There's a chest here somewhere too. We should pick it up sooner than later. Oh, shoot. It's not fun. A few thousand gold. I'm okay with that. And they're back up. So this will get us a quest. That's a pretty obscure quest. If you didn't know how to do it, you probably would spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. The quest is to end winter, but I don't think they actually give you any indication of where you're supposed to go. So if you didn't know that's where it happened, you probably just simply wouldn't know. I fortunately do know, so it's not bad. But if you didn't know, that's where the trouble starts. And since we're here, we're going to Sweetwater. But not before saving. Because this could go bad very fast. There should be an obelisk next to the town. So we should go straight west from here. Well, the pedestal too. We aren't trying to spend time here though. This place is not fun. This is the very last part of the game. In fact, that's the Hive. So this is the very latest of late games. No one should be here at level 10, but you can be. There's not a lot of enemies, but there's also not a lot of anything. Those are the strongest mobs. No, not the strongest, but some of the strongest. The strongest is the gold dragon, by far. It's not the worst to fight, because anytime you're going to fight a gold dragon, there's the obelisk. Anytime you're going to fight a gold dragon, you're usually outside, so it's not terribly bad. Something like a beholder, not a gold. Something like a beholder, you're going to be fighting inside, so you can't use the most powerful spells. And then it also has status effects, which no one ever likes. Shoot. We got Dragon Sand, but we need to go to Hermit's Isle. But we need to go to Bootleg Bay first, so we're gonna burn a few too many days doing this. You know, I didn't think about that. We actually need to go to Iron Fist. Well, it's Darkmoor, that's where we're trying to go. But we need to go to Iron Fist to actually pick up the quest to do the seer. White Cap, I'm trying to go there. So we need to southeast. Travel south one time, travel east one time. So that's gonna burn up about 15 days. Not ideal, but it's necessary. Yeah, so we're going to be cutting this very close. There we go. We got 6 out of it though. I'll take 6 gold. Pilgrimage, and I lost it. None of that matters. And straight back. Now we need to go west again. West? Yeah, we need to go west. It's still May, right? June, right. Nothing here is going to be a threat. I don't believe anything on this map has ranged attacks except for the harpies. And we might be passing by the harpies. I hope we're not, but we might. Whoa, hold up, we went the wrong way. No, we didn't. I don't want to mess with the harpies though. I really don't. Now let's make a tactical retreat. And honestly, let's just go straight back to the seer, because by the time we get there, it'll be the next month. There's 28 days in every month. Why? I have no idea. But that's what the developers decided, so that's what it's gonna be. You get 10 the first time you do the Seer quest, so it's very diminishing returns. It's 3 thereafter, so typically the first time you do it, you're gonna hit a breakpoint, and that's a good thing. The next time you do it, it's unlikely that it'll... Oh, shoot. It's unlikely you're gonna hit a breakpoint. Oh, this isn't working. So, oh man. Do I even have mana? Barely. Well, I suppose we could just walk. Drop the thematic. Mystic. Suppose I can drink a potion if I really need to, but I want to save the potions, because pretty soon I want to do the elixirs. Or the essences. We're going to need a lot of potions to do that. There's an argument to be made that it's, you know, using the cabinet in the testing hall, it's just a time save, because I can go buy and pick flowers for a long time and wind up with all the essences I need, and it's just the actual doing it, you know, that is the challenge. But it's just time. At some point, it's likely that I'll do it, but given that we're working with a decently limited number of resources, I would say it's more likely than not that I'll just make the important ones for every class, and then worry about secondaries later on. Also, well over our time here, which is not ideal, but one longer session. We're getting a good bit done. And also it is July. And July, I believe, is luck? It's luck. So we're gonna get the July shrine and call that for the day. After we get some food and heal up. First thing, a little bit of food. That was almost bad. We're out of spell points. Oh, and the map respawned. Okay. I didn't realize that much time has passed already. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a lot of time. Luck is next to Farengar, I think. In the game world, we're not making great time by any means, but I'd say in 4 hours, we're not doing too bad. Well, damn near 5 hours now, but we're not gonna fight all these guys. So we're gonna take the time And we're gonna get back to town. But that also means everybody's up 10, which is good. We still need the obelisks and a few other things. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, that's what I'm going to be calling it for right now. So, pretty good bit of progress.